That's
Tara.
good advice.
Tara, yeah.
What's happening with Bollywood amongst Gen Z? Is the interest in Bollywood going down compared to 10 years ago?
I don't think the interest in the industry is going down. I think
Dude,
my God.
Oh my God. He's so fun like this. I
Yeah.
love it. Reality.
Tara, what's happening in...
Try to keep a straight face. Yes, Nikhil.
So Tara, what do you think about...
this is the second time I've heard Nikhil ask this question.
Oh, man.
So bad.
It is a block behind.
Okay, first question.
Yeah.
I'll come to...
That's in the tape. Okay.
Edit.
I'm trying to quantify this.
I'm just gonna look somewhere else. Looking at the painting.
He's laughing
How
at
many people are going to see this
I'm gonna
podcast?
cheat the look. I'm just gonna
that.
cheat the look.
Okay.
I can still see you smiling.
Look at his notes.
I'm cheating with his ear. I'm literally looking at Nikhil's ear and pretending I'm looking at Nikhil.
Look at it your camera. Just look at your camera. It's fine.
Does it look like I'm crying? I can ask an emotional question.
So bad.
Tara, are you
Yes.
okay?
Absolutely.
On a very intense emotional discussion. Okay, Tara.
Oh my God.
You're going to snap out of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
It's a happy podcast.
I'm back.
Very late.
Okay.
So late. Yes.
As someone in this age bracket... We're ready. 1, 2,
Ready.
3, go. As a young person...
As a young star.
Can I just like hide under the table right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with my answer.
Yeah.
What is Bollywood thinking? I mean,
What is Gen Z thinking about Bollywood?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like as a
Kiddo.
generation, we're craving the kind of films that we grew up loving and watching. I feel like recently, and I've had this conversation with a bunch of people in and outside of the industry, we're not making the kind of films that we grew up loving and watching, whether that's rom-coms, whether that's, situational comedies, whether that's certain genres. It's just fun, lighter films. I feel like while it's amazing that we've gotten into making more serious cinema and cinema that's so meaningful, which is so important, obviously, especially in a, towards a generation that is a thinking generation and that cares about things that have meaning and depth. And that's why films like Rocky or Rani and so many of the films that have been doing well recently that are lighter, more fun films, these are things that we're craving. We've also seen a very horrible time in every way recently. Every family has had, almost every family has had a loss. There's been a huge tragedy with COVID. Economically, we've just, been in this slump. So I feel like we just want to go back to the movies. And Gen Z we're at that exciting stage where we want to look at happier content.
there is this distinction. A lot of really young people are trying to become influencers. Do you think influencers are a threat to Bollywood actors? And is that line blurring? And if you had a piece of advice for everybody who wants to be an influencer, what would it be?
So because I'm not really in this space, I'm not really sure what advice I could give.
Do you think
But
of yourself as an
do-
influencer? Sorry, before you answer those questions.
I don't. So the stuff that I put out on social media isn't stuff that, and I'm fully aware of this and I have accepted it, and I still choose to put out certain things on social media that I know necessarily may not resonate with a lot of people. But that's me. And that's
example?
organically just the stuff that I post pretty often is
Which is?
food-related stuff that is not necessarily the kind of stuff that you would imagine
Or literature.
someone, or just the songs that I listen to. Nobody is listening to that. Almost nobody's listening to it. No one really connects to it. No one probably likes it. The random stuff that I post. So I'm not sure about what advice I would give them, but I just feel like, I don't think, to answer your first question, I don't think that they would necessarily be threatening to my line of work. I feel like they're separate things to
How
watch.
easy is it to monetize? Let's say you have 9 million followers on Instagram. If you had to live and earn a wage just based on that, is it
From Instagram, you mean?
highly rewarding from a financial lens?
I would imagine so. I wouldn't know because that's not what I do. But I would imagine so. It's not something I personally connect with and think that I could do. But it definitely takes a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of thinking. What makes me confused is when I see stuff that seems a little bit pointless and a little bit daft sometimes. I just wonder why we're giving into content sometimes that just isn't fulfilling anything.
Do you think influencers have a responsibility of what they are promoting and selling? Like if something...
Yeah, as much as all of us do when we post, because we're all influencing someone, right? Whether that's me with however many followers, whether that's a friend of mine who has 300 followers, whether that's whoever, we all have that responsibility. But at the same time, I believe in not taking things so seriously.
What is selling right now? Say I'm 20 and I want to be an influencer. What should I do to build distribution?
Should we even encourage it?
What, a 20-year-old who's an influencer?
Who wants to be an influencer?
Who wants to be an influencer?
Yeah. I don't see a particular reason to dissuade anyone from wanting to be an influencer.
Sure.
Yeah. Or doing anything that they want to do.
Increasingly, our worlds are actually becoming virtual, right? And if you were to live in the virtual world, and this is a commodity that you can expend in exchange for a resource.
Yeah, but the slight problem that I have is that like the influencer has become sexy, right? It's become a sexy thing to do if you're young, like to try to pursue. And you have people pursuing it for the wrong reasons, right?
What is the right reason to pursue being an influencer?
Yeah.
Like, Tara, I'm just giving like basis what I just learned over this conversation. Like you, for example, you had a deep love for the arts. You were not.
But Tara's very different to an influencer.
I know, but I'm just thinking about principally, like someone like for example, an influencer, like a financial influencer.
Yeah.
Like, they're...
You know some of these guys.
Yeah, they're doing it, like the good ones are doing it just like out of a genuine passion for like educating people about basic financial principles that can help them improve their lives.
No, I disagree.
I think so.
Actually, I mean, yeah.
Most...
Like, I mean, like maybe principally, maybe it doesn't happen in practice, but like the influencers
In practice,
that
they're all just
succeed-
like good-looking guys and girls that are just like get distribution for the reason that they're good-looking, and then they sell.
No, but
Navya, what are your thoughts on this?
goes back to my point of that we are going to consume influencers, we're going to consume different kinds of content. It's up to us as individuals of what we resonate with, what we choose to believe in, what we choose to practice, and what we choose to take forward in our lives. I mean, you open Instagram, you'll find influencers. At the same time, you'll find a lot of great content. You'll find a lot of great people who are putting out good stuff.
And some influencers who are actually putting out great content.
who are doing genuine things. But I like I said earlier as well, it's like you can't sit and complain and blame the platform and the people. You have to then figure out, yourself as an
The
individual.
audience.
Your choices.
Yeah, and like what exactly
yeah.
you are consuming. I mean, I'm that person. I will always hold myself accountable to things. I will not complain and blame.
It's the audience only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying
have
the
to.
audience like diverges towards lust more than anything else.
Yeah, but I mean that's a normal biological human trait. Like you have to.
KV's covering it from point of view of a 21-year-old.